My only question, I guess, was, Katie, under new business, did I summarize that sufficiently with your discussion when you gave the update from your report about the parks pavilion, the alcohol permits for park pavilions? Do I have the dates correct? The season would begin the Saturday before Memorial Day and go through August 31st, starting in 2024. I do have that. And the $500 deposit will remain in effect moving forward.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? Okay. Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Motion to approve or?
Motion, oh, sorry.
Motion
to approve the.
To approve the minutes and someone?
I'll second.
Second, okay.
Someone for.
All right, and all in favor? Aye. I don't believe we have any petitioners at this meeting. I have not received any correspondence. Has anyone else? Okay.
Actually, I did receive a comment that I'll share with the commission.
Okay.
It was from one of my constituents with regard to the alcohol permitting in the parks, and their suggestion was to consider not allowing alcohol in Willow Park at all, and only allowing alcohol in Neola Park, because of the proximity to houses. Their point was sort of that Wilbur Park and Neola Park are two very different places, and that it doesn't necessarily have to be a blanket park system-wide policy, but that it could be different for both parks. And so they wanted us to consider that, us as well as the Common Council.
That makes a lot of sense.
So that was a correspondence. Could you share that with me?
Sure. Yeah, I think it was someone who had messaged me.
Okay,
Spoke about it.
all right. Any other correspondence? Okay, let's see. Let's go to Lou's Parks Administrator report. Okay, so park news. Looks like the Wilbur Park gates in both the upper and lower levels are closed to all traffic for the winter season, and the gates will reopen next spring. A Nixle announcement with this information was released on November 28th.
Do we have a date for the reopening, or is it just when the weather hits a certain?
Weather. Do we usually have them reopen in April? I'm just trying to think of when they typically will reopen the gates in Wilbur Park too.
So I'm not sure about the gates specifically, but I know that the policy for restaurants is once it's consistently above freezing for a certain amount of time. Not that answered your question, but.
Okay, I was just wondering if it had to be a package as far as everything would reopen or just the gates in particular.
No, they open them individually based on the
Season, really just based on weather permitting, okay. The city parks have been prepped for the winter season. Both sections of New Dog Park will remain open for now. And I think it made a detailed explanation of when it would open and close in our minutes from the last meeting. Okay. And I'm sure that's on the website as well. But there is a tree cleanup project going on in both parks, Wilbur and Neola, so the only vehicular traffic which might be seen in Wilbur Park at least would be that tree cleanup. Is that, tree cleanup, is that our parks maintenance, or is that a contract with an outsource or outside company?
It could be both, to be perfectly honest. We recently awarded a bid for trees, for cleanup, so it could
So-
honestly be either one.
Okay, so that might include tree cleanup on the upper level, the path to the high school possibly? Because I know that was discussed.
Potentially, they had a map that they used for the bid. I don't remember it off the top of my head, I'm sorry.
Okay. So it's,
I think I
it's,
got rid of it. They gave me a map for where they were, and I said, oh, these all look great. I think there were some in the park, now that I think about it. That might be a good question. I know well, actually, I don't know, my email's been funky, so I feel like I just got this maybe within the last couple of days, but that might be a good question. Like, if we can get those questions to Lou, maybe have a time.
okay, so a map of trees. I was, just questioning whether or not it's just limbs and branches that have fallen from trees that are currently there, or is it cleanup of trees that have been down for a number of years even. But there is a map of trees that are being cleaned up. Is that what I understood?
There was a map of trees that were included in the bid for those that we need the outside contractor to take
Okay.
care of.
But this could be
Routine
our
part.
staff,
Right.
yeah, so I would ask Lou to clarify whether it's like the part of the tree contract or just routine maintenance.
Okay, tree contract or routine maintenance. Okay. Preliminary preparations have begun in Newa Park for the Festival of Lights. The official setup date starts on December 7th, this Thursday. Opening night is Saturday, December 16th. Hours are 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. and it will run through New Year's Day, Monday, January 1st, 2024.
Are they doing like an opening ceremony, do we know?
Yes, all right, I heard about this, hold on. Yes, I know the fire spinners will be there, and let's see if I can find it. Sorry, everyone. Let's see if I can find this quickly, without too much awkward silence.
Is that, where could we find that information?
This is something that was mentioned by Connie Herzig, who does, she's very involved.
Yeah, she
I don't
is.
know if she's the chair of that event, but
Connie and Stan Fox came last year to give a presentation.
let's see if I can find it.
Any other questions on that as far as, in addition to the opening ceremony?
Do that. You're so fast.
So opening night begins at sunset on Saturday, December 16th. They're doing a first lighting, hot cocoa, popcorn, cosmic karma, fire performers, and visitors from the North Pole, including Santa Claus.
Karen, can you just tell me where I could find that
It's on Facebook.
on Facebook?
Yeah.
Is that under the city of Oneonta?
No, it's, I believe we're a co-host kind of deal, but it's not unfortunately not our event. 2023 Oneonta Festival of Lights is the event title.
Okay. Any other comments on the Festival of Lights? Should probably, I would imagine, will follow the same format as in previous years. Entering in from River Street, I would think, and then exiting out and up through and past Damascus Field. Lighting issues in Wilbur Park. Work on this situation is ongoing. They're currently waiting for a report from New York Power Authority regarding their work to repair any lighting identified as their responsibility in the park. Recently, they were able to successfully test these lights. And hopefully that's good news, and they will keep us posted. Any questions on the lighting in Wilbur Park? Is that, in other words, they're testing all of the lights that are currently in the upper and lower level of Wilbur Park? To see if they're operating at full capacity?
Yeah, I could ask for an update.
Oh, Katie, you'll ask for that
Sure.
update? Okay, that would be helpful. Any questions on the lighting? And that looks like that's it for December Parks report. Any old business? Have the lines been painted in the Damascus Field parking lot?
I don't think they have yet. Does that sound right?
It's just through there.
I thought it was gonna be in the
I
spring.
think it needed to be in the spring or something
they're
to
gonna
do with
wait.
the temperature of.
Okay,
The asphalt plant and the paint.
so at this point, we'll say that lines will be painted in the spring.
Yeah, I think, we use that, this is all just speculation, but we use that in the winter for like snow emergencies and things, so in my opinion, it makes sense to wait.
Yeah, I would think that at this date, it would
Yeah.
make sense. Any other questions with old business or concerns? A question on the Naval Park of Damascus Field. Has there been any additional damage to the concession stand or Damascus Field itself or the Trailways office out in front and how's?
So I haven't been made aware of anything, but the cameras were budgeted,
Okay,
so that will happen.
how many are they budgeting for?
We didn't get that detail, but I can tell you what. No, I have it at home, sorry. Oh no, I might have it in my email, what the budget amount is. Possible.
Because in the minutes it said that they're working together and may purchase 7 security cameras to be placed throughout the park. Is that what the plan is, to place them throughout the park or around the Damasky Field area?
I'm sorry, where were you seeing that? In Lou's report?
No, it actually came from Lou's report, it's in the minutes. Multiple break-ins in Newell Park's Damasky Field concessions and the Trailways office has caused damage to doors and concession. OPD and Public Works are working together and may purchase 7 security cameras to be placed throughout the park. Chain link fencing may provide security and visibility in these designated areas.
Okay, let me see if I can pull up the.
So I'm just wondering, meaning chain link around the outside of Damasky Field?
Okay, so I don't have any information on the fencing at all. That's not anything that's been brought up to council. But I'm looking for information on the cameras. It's tiny.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to where chain link fencing was going to be put up and where these designated areas are.
Yeah, so I know for sure I do not have that information. That may be something, again, we wanna ask Lou about. That feels like that should be something that this committee understands before.
Yeah, I'm just curious, how that was working,
Before it's put
or
on.
how that would work.
Yeah,
Because you need buses to go and pick up people at the Trailways office. And I guess I'm not quite sure what that means.
mhm.
And if there had been areas in particular where security cameras would be placed. Any other questions about that? Okay. Any other old business? Okay, new business. Brett?
There, one of the gates, going to Wilbur Park, one of the gates up at the S curve is broken and off the post. And I didn't know if Lou and her folks were aware of that.
I'm sorry, to jump back, the cameras, we're taking $15,000 out of reserves
Okay,
for the security camera upgrade in the parks.
okay.
To answer one question.
Yeah, great, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, sorry, so there's a gate that's broken.
Broken off the hinges.
Okay, didn't we recently receive a restricted donation? Is this jogging anyone's memory? I can look into it. I think we recently received a restricted donation to replace those gates. So is this the new gate or the old gate, the one that had been there?
I'm gonna guess that it's the old gate.
The old gate.
It's been there for a while.
Okay, so let me follow up on the status of the new gate.
Oh, but if there are new gates coming, then
Right, yeah, then it should be okay, but if not, then, if this is the new gate, then we need to do something about it. Okay, is that near the S-curve?
yeah,
Okay,
Is that the was at one point an entrance and exit from the S curve into the park?
yeah, it's further in, around that turnaround by the little pavilion.
oh, Kiwanis?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I see, okay, not directly off the S
Yeah,
curve.
not directly on this.
Okay, but as you walk through.
Pine Creek.
That small pavilion. So it's allowing vehicles to drive
Oh, I
through?
Yeah, it's sort of cropped up. I mean,
Oh, I
I think if somebody were in a vehicle and determined, they would not stop.
Find his way through.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one might actually just be broken and we might need to fix it. After concurring.
So what we're saying is there has been a restricted donation, and with that money, new gates have already been installed in Wilbur Park?
So the gate that the donation was for is the one that's closer to the S-curve, not the one that's near the
Okay.
Kiwanis Pavilion. So I'll follow up on that and see, just to get some clarification on that gate replacement project. I don't know what the intent was. Do you know if the gates near the S-curve have already been replaced with something more substantial? What was the idea?
You know, I go live every day, but I couldn't say. I
Yeah,
noticed
isn't
it.
that,
Yeah.
isn't that very funny? Okay,
I'll have to take a look tomorrow when I drive to the high school, because I don't pay any attention to it, and I'm just trying to avoid getting hit by traffic and buses at 7:20 in the morning. Okay.
so it's the gate near the Kiwanis Pavilion,
Yes.
that's broken.
Okay.
Um, Okay. Yeah, I'll come back with an update.
Okay. Any other new business? Brett,
No,
Libby? I don't think I have any new business either. The end of 2023.
Yeah.
I know, I almost was going to say, 2024, let's not rush next year. Any other comments, concerns, questions? Okay,
I can't think of anything.
would someone like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make the motion.
Okay,
I
To
was
adjourn.
no. And all in favor?
Aye.
And the time is 7:20.